you doing, everyone? This is Wizard Snapper, the Wiz of Gaming. Today I'm going to be talking about um, when did Goku from Dragon Ball Z uh, first become a Super Saiyan 2. We first saw him in the Super Saiyan 2 state when he was fighting against Majin Vegeta, while Gohan and Supreme Kai were trying to stop Majin Buu from being released from his egg. Uh, so I'm going to go a little bit in depth on uh, where he was and what certain conditions that might have led to his transformation to Super Saiyan 2. Um, because by now we all know that he achieved both Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 while he was in Otherworld with North Kai, training with all the other fighters in the Otherworld. Let me give a little bit of a backstory about how he got there. Not that all of you don't know already, but Goku gave his life trying to save Earth from Cell when Cell was about to blow himself up and destroy the planet. He used his instant transmission to teleport him and Cell to King Kai's planet to make sure that the Earth would be safe. And then after that, Goku went to the Grand Kai's palace, and he met up with some of the otherworld fighters, such as Alibu, Paikon, and then you had the other Kais show up. You had East Kai, West Kai, and South Kai, and North Kai's obviously King Kai. Although I don't know how he got the title King, but they started having a Otherworld tournament, and the prize was going to be whoever won got a special lesson from the Grand Kai. Goku and Paikon were the two finalists in the tournament, and they both touched the ceiling of the stadium, which counted out as a ring out for both of them at the same time. So it really didn't matter who won the tournament, because Grand Kai was never going to train anybody. He gives them 10,000 years to train, and God knows if he's ever fallen through on any of that. But during the tournament, when Goku was fighting Paikon, he first turned into a Super Saiyan, and at that point he'd already mastered the Super Saiyan form. He could go Super Saiyan Grade 1, Grade 2, which would be Super Saiyan before the Android Saga. Is Grade 1. Grade 2 would be Ascended Saiyan. And then Grade 3 would be what some people like to call Ultra Super Saiyan. But it's too bulky. It has power, but your movement's impaired, so you really can't get to your opponent. But during the tournament, Goku turned into a Super Saiyan against Paikon, and at that point in time, like I said, he had mastered the Super Saiyan state, Super Saiyan 1, and he found out that Super Saiyan wasn't good enough to beat Paikon, so he had to use the Super Kaioken. Now, this is the first time we've seen him do it, and I know it's not canon, it's just filler, but it does provide a little bit of backstory to it, and I really couldn't find anything on YouTube explaining how Goku went Super Saiyan 2 and 3 in Otherworld. So, what I think happened was when Goku used the Super Kaioken, he surpassed the base qualifications for Super Saiyan 2. Because a fully mastered Super Saiyan, I'm not going to get into power levels, but Super Kaioken would have been more than enough to defeat Super Perfect Cell. And we both know that Super Perfect Cell uh, wasn't defeated without a Super Saiyan 2, aka Teen Gohan. So it took someone as powerful enough as a Super Saiyan 2 to defeat Super Perfect Cell, and Super Kaioken. Um, I'm assuming the base power up is still the same, which is 10 times your normal base. And Goku at that point, uh, we'll say, was maybe 70% of Cell's full power. So if we take 70% and times it by 10, he obviously would have won against Cell if he would have used Super Kaioken. But he used it against Pikkon in the Otherworld tournament, and uh, he easily could have beaten Pikkon if they both didn't touch the ceiling. But that's irrelevant for this topic. But when he used the Super Kaioken, I think he tapped into a power that his body wasn't yet ready for. He basically he pushed himself to another level that he previously couldn't get to in such a short amount of time without some threat of disaster or someone else's life in danger. Just like we've seen when he went Super Saiyan in his fight with Frieza when Frieza killed Krillin. And then we also saw Future Trunks do it when Future Gohan died. So he didn't have that emotional trigger to go to the next level. But I think by him using the Super Kaioken, his body inherently learned that power and incorporated it into himself, like how in the Battle of Gods movie when he was fighting Beerus, he had the Super Saiyan God key, but towards the end of the fight, you saw him turn back into a regular Super Saiyan. Now, he was still fighting on par with Beerus, and yet he didn't have the red hair anymore. That's basically what I'm attributing this to. Goku used the Super Kaioken, and his body learned what that type of power felt like, and it was easier after that to achieve Super Saiyan 2. Now, I don't think it took him much longer after that to achieve Super Saiyan 2 fully. Probably during his next couple of training sessions with King Kai and the other world fighters. It wouldn't have taken much longer after that. Now, I believe the next time we see Goku in Otherworld, before he says that he's going to come back for one day to see Gohan's family and friends to compete in the World Martial Arts Tournament, we see him with King Kai and South Kai. And he has a bunch of training weights on. And at that point, he's in his base form. He's moving very fast with the weights, kicking and punching. And then Goku says, "This really isn't a challenge for me anymore." And I think they upped the weights from, 10 tons apiece to, 40 tons apiece. I'm currently watching the filler episodes, so I'll find out which amounts they were later on. But South Kai says that he'll change the weights for Goku to a heavier set, because South Kai didn't believe that Goku could handle that much weight, and once South Kai changed them, the weights got heavier and Goku could barely move. So then King Kai said, just go Super Saiyan, and it shouldn't be a problem. So that's what Goku did. He turned into a Super Saiyan, and he he started moving those weights around like they were feathers. Um, After that, I'm pretty sure at that point he had Super Saiyan 2, but he was probably keeping it a secret from everybody. I'm pretty sure King Kai knew, um, but everyone else in Otherworld probably didn't know. Um, but at that point in time, I think when he was using the weights, he probably had Super Saiyan 3, and if he didn't, those weights certainly did help him to achieve that. Um, as far as power-wise. Now, when Goku was teaching Goten and Trunks how to do the fusion dance, they asked him if they would show him Super Saiyan 3 and how to achieve it. And he told them what you had to do, and um, I believe that's one of the reasons why no one in Otherworld knew that Goku had Super Saiyan 2 and 3, is because in order to become Super Saiyan 3, Goku said um, you have to go through immense training first, and then afterwards you have to prepare your mind for it. Um, and it's almost like a deep meditation of sorts that I'm guessing that he went through in secret, although I'm pretty sure King Kai knew about it. Um, but so we know that when Goku showed up on Earth for the World Martial Arts Tournament, he already knew Super Saiyan 2 and 3, but he was keeping it a secret from everyone, um, uh, especially Vegeta. Vegeta was surprisingly pissed off, but that's nothing new. That's Vegeta. Um, but that's my little backstory on how I think Goku achieved Super Saiyan 2 and 3. And like I said, I couldn't find anything on YouTube about it. I mostly get most of my details and theories through Geekdom 101 and Quaman. Look them up on YouTube. They're very famous in the Dragon Ball community. Um, I believe they both know Herms, who does the Japanese to English translations for the manga and the TV show when they first come out. Um, but look them up and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be making more videos in the future. Take care.